Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Jerry here with the Happy Hootie, and I was just sent this really cool mirror. Our bathroom has always been looking very outdated, and my wife has hated this mirror because of its beveled edge. It's old and it's actually starting to, of course, stain and rust up across the bottom, as mirrors sometimes do when they get wet, and it's also not lighted. So I was really excited when it was actually just sent this little 60-inch by 36-inch fully lighted plug-in mirror. But in order for me to put that up here, I'm going to have to remove the old one and then install the new one, and I'm here to show you how to do it. The first steps in removing any kind of a glass apparatus from your bathroom is, of course, going to be protection. And by that, I mean it's going to be a good idea to have yourself some gloves, get yourself some masking tape, or painter's tape. You kind of do this so that way if for some reason this does happen to crack or break, it will actually try to keep everything held together. So we're going to go ahead and put some of this across here, and you can use a little bit extra of this. This is just strictly so that if this thing does happen to shatter, it's going to try to keep it all together as much as possible so you don't have a bunch of loose pieces going all over the place. The next thing you're going to want to have is, of course, eye protection, which if you don't have safety glasses, at least put on some kind of eye protection in case something does happen to break, that it's not going to come flying out towards your face. Now, some mirrors are connected in with clips at the bottom, others are connected in with clips at the top, and others of them, like this one, are actually just glued in. And so this is actually just glued onto the wall. So what I've done here first is I've gone ahead and removed shut off the power, of course, but then I've removed the plate off of here, so this can now come off the wall. And then just simply using a flat apparatus such as a flathead screwdriver or perhaps a spatula of some kind to get back behind, we're simply going to start at one edge and stick this in here and just kind of pull it out away from the wall and see if we can loosen some of that glue from behind the wall. And I can kind of hear it already starting to come right across from the wall there. And we're just going to kind of work our way around until we can get this thing popped off. So as I've kind of worked this across, you can see it's kind of coming loose over here. Obviously, if you have an extra set of hands, you can easily do that, get someone else to help you. But if you just push just slowly, I can feel it start to come across from the wall. And this, of course, if it's glued on like this, it's going to tear some chunks out of your wall. So there is going to be a little bit of repair work that'll have to get done. But now that it's off the wall, I just got to simply haul it out. Okay, I've got that other one pulled down, and I went ahead and had some extra spare paint from painting our bathroom before. Now, I'm not Picasso, so don't criticize my painting here. Yes, you can fill in the areas that were here, and you can sand it all down and make it look really pretty, but it's going to get covered up anyway. So I just wanted to make sure I got the edges all really good so that nothing's going to show through, since this one is going to stick out from the wall about 1/2 inch. So I made sure I got around the outside edges of this thing. Next thing you got to do is make sure how this is mounted. This is actually mounted with a couple of pieces that are going to hook up underneath this lip right here on the back, which looks to be from the ground about the 34-inch mark. So I'm going to want this to sit off this edge a couple inches, so I'm going to go ahead and come up to about 36 inches. And again, it's going to be using these almost like a French cleat style that's going to mount up there that this is going to hook into. And I've got 2 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and just measure off of here 36 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little mark, because that's where I'm going to want the top of that hook to be, right there. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing. Now, you do have a ability to use a level. If you do, that's great. I've got this little tiny bubble level that I'm going to use to kind of make sure that those stay even. But more importantly, when they're up there, you want to make sure that you measure it off of whatever, visual surface that you're going to be, either off the ceiling or off the top of this is probably what I'm going to make sure that it's even if it's not exactly level to the naked eye. When someone walks in, it needs to be level with the top of the vanity. So I'm going to go ahead and get these things put up. Now, they do provide you with these 2 pieces here with this particular mirror, and we'll put the link in the description down below to this specific one because it comes in a variety of sizes. But so far it's going up really easily, so I'm really liking that. They do provide you with the wall anchors, so if you are just going to be going to sheetrock, they do provide that, as well as some really nice screws. If you do happen to go into wood, you can just drive this directly into the wood. So I'm going to get these things mounted up, and then we'll get it hung. So I had used anchors on 3 of these. One of them I happened to run into a stud in the back of there, which is good. I'm just going to use a power screwdriver to screw that directly into the wood. That'll hold really well. These other ones, I'm just going to simply put them through this bracket and then insert them in here and get them started so that I can go ahead and get them tightened down. But they are going to go in there, and it's going to spread these little anchors out on the other side and get that little French cleat part ready to go. There will be a little amount of play, so you can adjust this just a little bit, but I did make sure that I got these holes lined up exactly evenly when I initially put it on here. And of course, you'll want to double check before you tighten everything down really well on there. But you can use your level, again, to show how level it is on there to make sure that it's level, or you can of course measure from the top or the bottom of this to a focal point to make sure that you get that in there just like you want it. I did also just space these out a little bit at random. You want to, if it's got a single piece that goes across, you can center it up on your light. I went ahead and just measured out and did the 2 pieces over here. So let me get this last one put in and we'll hang the mirror. So I had to get a little help to hang this because this is a big mirror. This is almost 5 foot by 3 foot mirror. Now the nice part about this particular anchor system that it's those cleats, it went on there and slid down really easily. You do have flexibility as far as the plug of which side you want to come out with, or the flexibility to cut this plug and actually hardwire this in. We're going to go ahead and leave the plug on because we just happen to have a little plug that's off to the side here, and quite frankly, it's not really going to bother me that light sticks out over there at the edge. And already it's come on. This is great. Now, this mounting system allows you to, because it's on that track, you actually can slide this a little bit to kind of get it exactly where you want to have it to center it up. So that part is really nice. I might even go a little bit further with it, but it's almost where it needs to be. And then it says, lastly, you go ahead and remove these corner pieces. So we're going to get those things removed, and then we'll go ahead and peel this off and show you the final product. I mean, that's about as easy of an install as you're going to get right there. And that is a beautiful mirror. I mean, this 4mm tempered glass on this, and it actually looks really, really clear. There's not any waves, and I haven't even wiped it down or anything yet. I can see it's got a little bit of streaks from having that plastic on there. But having these buttons on here, this is not only illuminated at the front, but also does some backlit illumination on this guy. You can simply turn it on or off. Right there, it's got a stepless dimming feature on it that you can dim it up or down by pressing that, or change the color, which you can get a warm white or cool white or in between, which is really nice. You got 3 different variations of that, and you have that, which you can click on and have an anti-fog. So when you're taking a shower and you get out, the mirror will not be foggy, which is another nice benefit. Loving the backlit on this as well. I'll go ahead and turn off the other lights so you can kind of see kind of how that looks with nothing else on. And I mean, that's going to really, really brighten up this space and kind of bring it more into the 21st century as opposed to how it looked before. So this is going to work great in pretty much anyone's home. If you found this helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.